Hey everyone, it's Ethan. I'm actually happy that I was able to be placed at Highway Church, and there was many challenges and achievements that I was able to accomplish there as a youth leader. One of my tasks was to actually run those weekly youth events, youth nights, as that team leader with my other actual head team leader. But that was to provide them with a fun environment. But those things actually kind of changed when we actually had the situation with COVID-19. But in saying that, we were still able to impact those youth with that fun experience through live streaming. And we were able to touch them with Jesus and the experience of Jesus in our own lives as well, and for them to actually receive the hope of Jesus through the internet. So some of those challenges for me was the streaming thing, and many of those types of things was actually the multitasking and actually putting the stream together. Many times we were actually reduced to 5 people, and I had to multitask on many different computers. So we had to use different devices to be able to use one computer and use another one electronically, remotely. So that was one thing there. It was a challenge to actually be able to multitask in that area. And the other thing is, I had to go from creating the videos that I used to be creating for the news items, and then actually heading into and creating the streaming content, and actually working with a different program that I've never actually really touched before. And then on top of that, using those programs to actually work them together, or overlay another one on top of the other one, so that we could actually have streaming lyrics down the bottom. Like for the first time that we actually did youth live, we first had the lyrics just up on the screen using the one computer. And that was okay at first, but then we had to try and make it a bit more professional, and so we had to change that. One other thing is that I had to step out of my comfort zone and actually be able to try and talk up on the platform. And one of the things that I had a challenge with was talking in front of a camera. I still am a little bit awkward talking in front of people in an auditorium, but it just felt this, for the first time, being able to talk in front of a camera was a bit overwhelming for me. The first time I kept looking down at an audience. So some of those achievements is actually with the streaming that I was able to modify and change and work with other team members and get what their ideas are and get what my ideas are, put them together and work amongst it. And so it was a team effort to be able to put the stream together, and we were able to outreach through YouTube while doing that. Upon reflection of this, using those multiple different programs at first was overwhelming. It took a lot of time to actually work with it. But another thing in that area was the sound quality. We at first were not as great with the sound quality. It was a bit too quiet at times, and we got feedback from other youth who were watching the stream, and we were able to change that. And many of the times, some of those ideas that I come up with to actually make the stream, they just didn't always work the way that I had them in my head. But later on, I was able to work with another person, and we were able to come up with those ideas and modify my ideas, modify their ideas, and come to a conclusion that would actually work. So just as I said before, speaking in front of a camera has been an awkward thing for me. But since I've actually had to speak in front of a camera, right now, I'm speaking in front of a camera right now, I'm feeling a lot more confident speaking in front of a camera. And so this experience has been great, and I've enjoyed my time doing work experience type stuff, the practical side of things in working in the church. And if there's any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you very much for your time.